This episode brought to you by Legacy Box, the best way to digitize your home movies and photos.
Why, Malcolm Ray, as I live and breathe.
Well, that's not worth a lot.
You haven't changed at all, Malcolm.
And neither has your house.
Distractingly so, but it sure is nice having the old team back together.
Except for Tamara.
Ah, yes, still cryogenically frozen.
When will they find a cure for shortness?
I'm cold.
You ever think about the good old days?
Nope. But I do think about the good old days, doing the reviews and all.
You ever think about bringing back the good old days?
You're mad, Malcolm, mad!
I mean, like doing a review like all those years ago.
Oh, but we haven't done a review in... What year do we say it was?
Ass million or something.
We haven't done a review in ass million years. We're too old.
Come on, we never did review Dial of Destiny.
Was that a Home Alone sequel or something?
Kinda.
But what about the age thing?
Technology will take care of that. Critic. Not everybody gets a second chance.
Okay. There it is, what many claim to be the worst Indiana Jones movie. What are your thoughts, Short Round, who grew up into a black man but still has the same Asian accent? You're right, we should review it for all mankind. Reminds me of that off-color joke you told earlier. How'd it go, Short Round? I didn't think that used to be a progressive joke. Well, I'll go review this in my office that's in this cave for some reason.
Hey, maybe you should use that voice app to sound younger.
Ha! As if I needed. You already applied it, didn't you?
I did.
People will be distracted by your amazing Short Round. On we go! Great Disney Suckfest of 2023, Paramount teamed up with the Mouse to give us Indiana Jones and the Doll of Destiny. While this is clearly a bad Indiana Jones movie, some say it's the worst Indiana Jones movie. Some very passionately.
This is the worst Indiana Jones movie I've ever seen in my life.
This is awful. I agree.
And that's a little hard to say. It is a shame there's technically now more bad Indiana Jones flicks than good. Does this film really deserve to be thrown in the same camp as...
We're not sinking! We're crashing!
Or...
Into the space between spaces.
Well, this is bad in a different way. Well, it's very easy to point out the annoyances of the previous failures. I do at least remember them. Temple of Doom is obnoxious, but it does go unforgettably dark. Crystal Skull is a cartoon, but at least it tries to wrap things up. I don't know why this lost city of boredom exists. What does it add? What do we take away from it? What does it even fix? There's still a ton of bad CG, most of the action is not impressive, a lot of the humor doesn't work, and somehow it's one of the top 10 most expensive films of all time, with $387 million. Last Crusade, you know, the one with last in the title and now is the middle movie, cost $48 million. So just to compare, 48 million, 387 million. 1/6 that budget, top 10 most expensive films ever made.
But how?
Almost needless to say, it bombed hard at the box office, but did it deserve as much hate as it got? Is there anything that works in it? Somehow the answer to both of these is yes, and we're gonna examine why.
Give 'em hell, Indiana Critic. Oh! I broke all my bone marrow. Oh!
Let's take a look at Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. We open with our hero being captured by... Well, YouTube likes to demonetize videos for saying this historical group's name, even if you make it clear you don't agree with them and you see them as monsters. So let's call them another group name that suppresses speech, ignores history, and has a red, white, and black logo. Our hero is captured by YouTube near the end of the war, where he's sat down and tortured by the Uncanny Valley treatment.
You were alone? I like to be alone.
Okay, so to their credit, about half the time this effect looks okay. Yes, there's plenty of moments where it looks bad, but there's plenty of moments where it looks good too. The only downside is, like I so subtly hinted before, an old man's voice is coming out of a young man's lips.
You got a lot of nice stuff. Other people's stuff.
Also, your lawn's really nice. Do you use the Cub Cadet lawn tractor or the Troy Built series?
Abführen nach oben.
It looks like he's after the Holy Lance, which a YouTube doctor named Dr. Voller, played by Mads Mikkelsen, seems to have found. A bomb goes off, allowing Indy to escape, and goes after it being loaded onto a train. Yeah, no wonder you're extinct. So in all honesty, this intro isn't bad. It has the same humor and edge of the better installments.
Führer.
I also like Indy doesn't talk too much. He lets his actions and facial expressions do most of the heavy lifting. He doesn't have to say, "Damn, I thought that was closer." He can just get that across in a little smirk. The sneaking around moments are also great at combining both comedy and suspense. For a short bit of time, it does feel like a legit Indiana Jones movie. General Wilhelm! But yeah, it's not perfect though. On top of Ford's awkward de-aging, there's way too much fake CGI. And look, we know there's gonna be some green screening in Jones movies, but the spectacle comes from that they're really doing a lot of these stunts, which are still amazing to watch even today. What's amazing about this Wolfenstein game I'm looking at right now? Why even CG all this? You know they're just putting Ford's face on a stunt man, so why not actually do these stunts on a real bike in a real forest? Do the Jumanji monkeys always get final cut? Why is this still a thing?
Indy? Baz?
Indy saves his friend Basil, played by Toby Jones.
I was gonna stop him, but now I gotta rescue you.
Oh, thank you. Hydra will be most pleased. And discovers the lance is fake as Waller reveals Archimedes' dial is where the real supernatural shit is at.
Where is he?
I can't believe I fell for Punchaboo.
The Antikythera. Archimedes' dial.
They take the half a dial from Waller and the train explodes, presumably from the holy hand grenade of Antioch. Okay, that's a nice touch. So after 20 minutes of that, all interest is immediately erased when we cut to Indy as an old man. Yeah, it's kind of like the reverse of the Last Crusade intro. We go from, okay, that was the light shit, now on to the good stuff, to, well, that was the good stuff, now on to the light shit.
Indiana Jones, and where's the damn remote?
It looks like Indy and Marion are separated, because isn't that what he wanted to see happen after the last one? How does Ford keep playing Lucas characters we don't want to see split up with their loved ones? And he teaches his final week as he's being forced to retire.
In 213 BC, Roman forces led by Marcellus laid siege to the city of Syracuse.
Pay attention, class. This'll be on the finale.
The astronauts!
Yes, just bring that TV into this one specific classroom. We are teaching Forced Exposition 101.
Surprise!
After he's thrown a retirement party.
A token of our gratitude.
It's a dial of disappointment. He's approached by his goddaughter, Helena, played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
You don't recognize me, do you?
Wombat.
Wow, I haven't heard that in a while.
In fact, I've never heard it. Except from you. Right now. Strange man. They talk about her father Basil over these strange Irish shots. Yeah, they weirdly do quite a few of those. And what a coinky-dink, she just so happens to be looking for Archimedes' dial.
We could go there and find it. A final triumph. Indiana Jones, out with a bang, back in the saddle. I'm not selling this, am I?
I mean, better than literally the movie is.
Why are you chasing the thing? Drove your father crazy.
My father died running from a rodent, and I've been fine with it. Rat!
They're followed by agents, though, who clearly don't do good background checks, as Waller is with them.
Professor Plimpton!
Check the weapon.
Wow, she's really not good at her job. Drop the weapon. Oh, you killed another one? Okay, at least there's symmetry. Indy gets her the half of the dial they confiscated years ago, but she steals it as the agents chase them down and frame Indy for the murder of the school staff. Jesus, that looks fake. Thank God we're not filming anything else there. Of course there's an action sequence here. I can't make out half of it through the fake-ass confetti. It's like it's raining the Where's Waldo Nintendo game on everybody. Apparently they put in the same bagpipe music they played in The Fugitive as a send-up to it. Except all we're thinking is, man, I wish that was the Ford on the Run in a parade movie I was watching. Strange, that's a genre now. Man, I wish True Lies was the 80s star riding a horse being chased by a motorcycle movie I was watching. Strange, that's a genre now. Oh no, that real man on that real horse in that real subway is about to get hit by that real train. It's like I'm really there watching someone program this.
Subway's faster.
Yeah, no funny.
Dr. Jones got away as well.
Dr. Veller sees who he's once again up against, as Jones tries to not stand out too much.
Police are searching for retired Professor Dr. Henry Jones.
Thankfully, police say this B-plot will be dropped randomly before the film is over.
It's the killer!
Sorry I'm late, Indy.
I was busy being cancelled.
Yeah, we'll give credit. They brought back John Rhys-Davies as Sallah at a time when Disney usually wouldn't do something like that. And nobody went crazy. Everyone got it. Different time, it was still a charming performance with a lot of heart, and it's nice to see him back. Granted, there is something funny about self-congratulating Disney praising the progressiveness and diversity, having the Egyptian foreigner drive a taxi living with 1 million kids.
They understand what it is to be American and Egyptian.
Much like I know how to be Welsh and Egyptian. Indy finds out Helena is in Tangier, so he hops a plane to find her.
I also brought my passport. I miss the desert. I miss the sea. And I miss waking up every morning.
Too bad, thanks for the cameo.
Yep, despite it's always good to see Sallah, he basically does nothing in the flick, and the reasoning makes no sense.
This is not an adventure, Sallah. Those days have come and gone.
You literally just rode a horse on a subway, you jackass.
Give 'em hell, Indiana Jones!
Boy, isn't that the movie in a nutshell. Onward to adventure! Oh, right, shitty reality.
She's here.
He makes his way to the hotel where Helena is auctioning off her half of the dial. But oh no, look out, this place has muscle.
No password, no entry.
That was rough. Did Sesame Street orchestrate this? Waller shows up as well.
You.
Have we met?
I guess it has been so many minutes since you saw his picture and acted like you recognized him.
This relic is my property.
You stole it.
Then you stole it.
And then I stole it. It's called capitalism.
Ha! You tell him, Disney. Stick it to big business with your top 10 most expensive movie ever made. Oh, most of the other top 10, by the way, also Disney. Things go south as I was afraid the kid was going to be a part of this. What will these flicks learn? And the villain gets the half the dial. So I'll be honest, I remember this chase being between Indy and Waller, but randomly out of nowhere, some mafia members Helena pissed off show up, and the chase is mostly with them.
I presume you sold the ring?
It didn't go for as much as I thought it would.
What do I care if they're fighting low-fat Casablanca? I want to see them fight German Hannibal!
Helena!
I guess it's saying something when the most exciting chase scene in a film about geriatric involves golf carts. But this is the most fun because they really did drive these things through town. Sure, the close-ups are obviously green screen, but seeing these things fly around like they can tip over at any moment does really make the chase more exciting.
Turn back, they went that way!
He's gone!
Waller gets away with the dial, but is tired of taking orders from his superiors.
Let go, Miss Schmidt.
Oh, so she was pointless. Kinda thought she was gonna be a bigger character, but it's cool, we gained a lamer short round and a more quippy Shia LaBeouf.
Photographicus.
Directions to the rest of the dial.
Ask her if she knows what language it's in.
It's in the code.
What code?
Archimedes used 2 codes.
You know, this makes me think of when they were discussing treasure hunting details in the good movies. Indy with Sallah or Indy with his father. It's a lot of exposition, but they worked because the actors had such good chemistry. And both their similarities and differences worked well off each other. I've seen all these people good in other stuff, but man, they have zero chemistry.
Linear B and Polybius square.
So even if you find the graphicals without me, you can't read it.
Dad taught me Polybius when I was 9.
Just like in Crystal Skull, the scenes feel needlessly overwritten with details we don't need. A big part of that is because the characters aren't written with much of an identity or excitement. They're tough and quippy. That's it. So even when they try to explain these scenes really fast, it somehow feels longer because I'm just not invested because these characters don't bring anything to the adventure.
Give me that.
That won't work.
You see? Rocketeer ripped us off and now we're ripping the Rocketeer off.
It's called capitalism.
It's combat writing!
Oh, hey Legacy Box. Hello, Douglas.
What?
Yes, Douglas. I'm a box that can actually talk. Box does not actually talk. And I bet you want to preserve this memory, don't you?
Well, I certainly say I do.
Well, don't worry. That's why Legacy Box is there.
How?
You're gonna love Legacy Box. You know those old home movies you're embarrassed of? I don't know what you're talking about. Yes! Well, all that old media breaks down over time and if not preserved will be lost forever. That's bad. Well, anyway, now with Legacy Box's Save Your Tape sale, you can easily access those memories and protect them forever for only $9 a tape.
A tape?
A tape!
Wow.
Wow. Legacy Box is easy. Load Legacy Box with your old tapes, film, and pictures, and send it back. Yo! Get it back on a thumb drive or cloud, ready to watch and easy to share. It's so simple, it's like magic. Their team professionally digitizes everything by hand right here in the US of A. That way your memories will never deteriorate.
It reminds me of a time when oh no, my memories deteriorate.
But not those videos you sent in. Not even just your memories, your parents, your friends, anyone you know. If you're afraid these memories might fade away, then Legacy Box is for you.
Well, I think those are words.
Yes. Don't let the summer heat age your videotapes, film reels, and fade your photos. Visit legacybox.com/critic to shop the $9 tape sale. That's legacybox.com/critic to unlock this incredible offer.
Well...
Hey folks, I'm playing Arkham City every Friday on Twitch. We also got content 5 days a week. Hope to see you there. They make their way to Athens where they meet up with an old friend named Ronaldo, played by Antonio Banderas, as they travel to the middle of the ocean to find another piece of the puzzle. They start to discuss if the dial really does have supernatural powers though to send you through time as legends tell.
What if you could go back in time? What would you do?
I travel back to stop at literally riding off into the sunset.
I'd stop my son from enlisting. I'd tell him he was gonna die, and that the loss would put an end to their marriage.
Christ, so you're trying to justify this film's existence just to kill off Shia LaBeouf? I can get behind that. For as pointlessly dull as this film is, there is something cool knowing that now Crystal Skull technically ends like... This is a PSA to remind you underwater sequences are always the most boring part of a video game. Back to this boring movie that, of course, has an underwater sequence. Ooh, eels, y'all. Didn't you always want to see Indiana Jones fight eels? Eels, everybody! Okay, unless I'm Guard the Swordfish is down there, this isn't gonna be fun. I can't even tell who's in danger or who's helping who. But oh no, the movie's just as boring on surface as it is underwater. As Waller finds them, and we have even more drawn-out boring talks about where to find the next artifact. For a movie about time, they sure do know how to waste it.
The code. Polybius.
You owe me 50 quid.
God, this writing feels half-assed sometimes. Tell me, did they get the guy who wrote the lame, boring dialogue for Crystal Skull to write this? Or the guy who wrote the lame, boring dialogue from Spider-Man to write this? Oh, same guy! Good to know.
Read it, please.
Do something! Not that! He was like one of the only likable characters. In fact, how do they do that? How do they pick really cool actors, set up an opportunity for them to be cool, and then kick them out before they can even say, I don't remember what they said, because they kicked them out too early?
I'll crack the code, help you find the other half.
Helena translates most of the artifact. Don't know why Volder trusts her, she could just make everything up. On that note, why doesn't she make everything up? But she alters one detail and helps him escape. By the way, this scene is so awkward, it's unintentionally hilarious.
When you're in a tight spot, dynamite.
My friend was just murdered.
They burn the artifact to reveal, ooh, there's chocolate inside, as well as the location of the next puzzle piece. My God, when did Indiana Jones become an escape room? Just find the damn thing already! Volder, I guess, follows close enough that he can keep an eye on them, but not close enough for him to be spotted, and he kidnaps... Boy, yeah, I never learned his name, and don't pretend you did. Oh, by the way, this puppet show is foreshadowing the climax. Even the trivia for this movie is boring. There's only one thing to do, leave him.
We're not gonna hurt him. We gotta get there first.
No, really, that's like the one choice these characters make that I'm like, okay, I can get behind this.
This is it.
They go searching for a tomb under the city, and okay, it's Indiana Jones. I'm not expecting much out of the sequel at this point, but I'm expecting an old creepy tomb with booby traps would at least be shot well. Hell, even Indiana Jones knockoffs like The Phantom or Tomb Raider or The Mummy or the DuckTales movie or Jungle Cruise still manage to shoot their tombs well. This is so dark, so flat, and so boring, I keep expecting a cheap haunted house actor to pop up and go, boo, no refunds. Indiana Jones clearly inspired all these movies, and Indiana Jones, the 10th most expensive movie ever made, can't keep up with them. That is pathetic. But okay, what about the big bad guy? Yeah, every indie movie has a big bad guy to take out. Ah, there he is. Okay, so with him being much older, they'll have to get really creative too. The kid takes him out. He just handcuffs him underwater and that's it. No big fight or anything. He's just there the whole movie and goes out like a bitch. How is this Indiana Jones movie out Indiana Jonesing you? They finally find Archimedes' tomb after 10 minutes of this legend of the hidden tedium, and they not only find the rest of the dial, but also what time it is.
Clocks won't be invented for 1,000 years, much less watches.
Fitting, seeing how this movie acts like they've never heard of a clock. Volt finds him again, though. Jesus, is this a troop of Lois Lanes? They spend more time captured than free. And Helena escapes while Indy is brought along for Volter's evil plan. It turns out to make sure the YouTube party doesn't fail, he wants to kill the head of you. No, that joke will definitely get me demonetized. A big ol' meanie. He just wants to kill a big ol' meanie. They use the dial to find the coordinates to send them through time while the boy flies a plane. Nah, it's cool, y'all. He was practicing on kitchen utensils earlier. It's basically the same thing. And Helena follows as Indy puts together the coordinates are wrong.
Continental drift! Archimedes didn't know about continental drift. You're off target.
And this is where I started to wake up a bit. I had some idea where it was going, but I didn't know for sure, and honestly, I didn't know if they would commit to it given the mundane safety of the rest of the flick. But they do. They travel back in time to the days of Archimedes, while the battle Indy was teaching about is taking place. So, okay, they made a choice, they stuck to it, and it's unique. This feels like new territory for an Indiana Jones film, but it still feels like a choice an Indiana Jones film would make. Even people who hate this movie are usually like, yeah, but that ending got my attention. Eureka. Look, he said the thing he never said. But even this goes on forever. They should have crashed right away and ran from the soldiers or fought them off. You know, something where we could feel like we're really there. But instead, they stay on this damn fake-looking plane most of the time as fake fireballs fly by them.
It took us back to Assassin's Creed Origins!
We don't even get the crazy death scene. Yeah, all these indie films always have at least one crazy death scene, and it's absent here. Waller just crashes and he's out of the picture. At least have like his head bump off a windshield or something.
This is incredible.
It really looks like we're not here.
Indy says he surprisingly wants to stay, and Ford really is convincing at selling it.
I'm going to stay.
No.
Helena, get on the plane. I'll be all right.
So, do they go all the way with it? Of course not. He just gets knocked out and we cut to Socks.
Give him hell, Indiana!
All right, shit.
Good morning.
They fly back to their own time period completely off screen, and Indy's wounds are tended to. Why look, even Marion returns.
Someone told me you were back. Are you back, Indy?
You know, I hear the fourth time a couple gets together is always the time that works.
But they do the where's it hurt thing again. That'll justify breaking you up just to get you back together.
Where doesn't it hurt?
Here.
Oh, it hurts all over. His hat, just like the franchise, is hung out to dry, but he grabs it just at the last second. Yeah, no. Okay, let's fix this sucker. Get rid of the goddaughter, get rid of the boy, replace them instead with that cool agent and Antonio Banderas. That would at least justify giving him third billing. Have Marion come along for the adventure, keep Shia dead, that was a good choice. Make the action smaller and have more sneaking around and less fake CGI. I mean, they're older, we all get it. Have them travel through time and actually stay there. Maybe years later, they're discovered having died together and they actually put them in a museum. They become what they've always been chasing. It'd be a choice, but it'd be an interesting choice and kind of a romantic one. It would give a reason for the film to exist and keep going. Either that or just do a small epilogue movie, like a cinematic version of those bookend pieces from Young Indiana Jones that Lucas cut out for some reason. In fact, hell, he did cut those scenes out so this ending could work even better. I don't know, maybe I'm full of shit, but it's gotta be better than what we got. Nobody has any chemistry together, and when chemistry does start to form, they kill off the characters who haven't. I'm sure a lot of time and effort went into this, hell, a whole lot of money sure did. But there's very little that's exciting, interesting, or important about it. What do I gain watching this after Crystal Skull? What does it add?
can't think of anything.
Neither can I. It's not like one of the worst movies I've seen. Hell, some of the previous ones have far more annoying moments. But it's boring, pointless, and takes few to no risks. Instead of riding off into the sunset, this franchise has sadly rode off into the streaming recommendations that you're always gonna skip.
Well, that was a lot of fun reliving the glory days.
Indeed. Shame we died, though.
Did we?
Look.
Ah, so we did. I had a good run, though.
Me too.
Shall we stop existing?
Why? Indiana Jones never figured that out.
So I guess you can die again.
We've died more than that in comedy.
My friend was just murdered.
We're still doing cameos for charity, and this month we're doing Wings for Life. Wings for Life is a not-for-profit spinal cord research foundation. Their mission is to find a cure for spinal cord injuries. They fund world-class scientific research and clinical trials around the globe aimed at healing the injured spinal cord. With a 100% rating on Charity Navigator, this is definitely a wonderful one to check out. So if you want a cameo from me saying happy birthday or congrats or whatever, go ahead and click on the link below and be giving to a wonderful organization. Or if you're like, screw you, I would never want a cameo from you, at least consider looking at this charity anyway, because they really do amazing work. So please consider either getting a cameo, donating, or spreading the word about what a wonderful foundation this is.